One question we get asked a lot in the comments is what's going to happen when Miss A returns to her family? And while we can't really speak to the details of the case and we're only trying to share our perspective, we're happy to discuss how that impacts or how that will impact our family, our biological children, Darcy, who's 4, and Sawyer, who's 1 year old. And we can also talk about plans for the channel. Before I go into this video, I wanted to make a quick announcement. We are partnering with Filty. Filty actually makes high quality HVAC filters for your home. They're also the largest supplier of nanofiber material for making face masks. They actually sent me this material so that we can be making our masks for our family. Because I am not the best sewer, I'm actually going to be giving this to a family member who is a sewer, and they are going to be making masks for our family. What Filty is doing right now is, even though they make HVAC filters and this material, they have shifted their manufacturing to only be making this material around the clock to have more material accessible to all of us across the country and the world. They are offering this material at cost, which is absolutely huge. So if you're interested in making your own face masks, please take a look at the link in the description. When you go to the website and make your purchase, use promo code BeTheVillage to get 10% off that order. I know today we actually just got news on some of the steps that Governor DeWine of Ohio is making to safely open Ohio back up throughout the month of May, and face masks are a requirement. Workers and consumers are going to be asked to be wearing face masks. Very, very important that Filty is making this material, that they have adapted and shifted to make even more of it, and that they're doing it at cost in order to protect all of us. So once again, if you're interested in making masks either for you, your family, for your community, which I would highly recommend contacting your local representatives and find out which areas are needing masks so that you can make them and donate them. Click the link in the description and then use the promo code BeTheVillage to get 10% off that order.
Yes! You made one just for me.
Now you don't have to like reach around she was reaching around this rail. There's a big box. John was innovative. How cool is that?
Thank you, John.
What you think, bud? You know the haircut?
Oh, I'm so scared.
Hold on, you
can't
can't
just distract.
First haircut.
First
Big deal.
haircut.
Quarantine.
Quarantine, first haircut. It's not that bad. One question we get asked a lot in the comments is what's going to happen when Miss A returns to her family? And while we can't really speak to the details of the case and we're only trying to share our perspective, we can say that reunification is the goal in most foster care placements, and it is still the case with our situation with Miss A. So we're happy to discuss how that impacts or how that will impact our family, our biological children, Darcy, who's 4, and Sawyer, who's 1 year old. And we can also talk about plans for the channel. We are not going to be able to talk about how that's going to impact Miss A because we have not experienced that from the perspective of a kid who's been in care. And so it's not something that we are going to address in this video. So as foster parents, this is something that we've signed up for. So we are 100% ready to give everything we possibly can to provide a safe and loving and supportive home for a kid who's in care and then know that they are going to return to their family. That's really the goal. It's going to be the best situation for the kid in most situations. We've addressed it before, are you going to get too attached? Are you going to be heartbroken? Absolutely, 100%. And that's something, again, like as a foster parent, we're shouldering that burden, and it's up to us to be strong and to love and have that heartbreak. And it's not something that the kid should be feeling. So John and I are prepared for that. At the same time, it is 100% not going to be easy. Our first placement was with us for 7 weeks, and Miss A is coming up on 10 months. So really huge difference as far as the relationship and the time and the bonding that's happened. I think we've mentioned it before that, when you foster teens, there is that hope that since they are going to be an adult in a few years, that they are going to be the decision makers of their lives. So, for example, if you have a foster kiddo and, they're 16 and you have a great relationship with them and they return home, and for some reason the parents aren't supportive of keeping that communication going, you at least know that once that kid is 18 or leaves the home or whatever the case may be, if they want to have a connection with you again, that they would be able to reach out. And of course, hopefully the relationship between the foster parents and the biological parents, having both families support them together. And we've actually been really clear with Miss A that, regardless of her age or if she returns home, if she ends up with family, if she ends up with us, we are going to be there. And that is 100% the case. I don't see any situation in which that is going to be changing. Now for our kids, so for Darcy, she's 4 years old. She kind of understands that Miss A is her sister. She refers to her as her sister, but she also knows that she has a family as well. So we are just continuing to educate Darcy and have her understand that, yes, she is a part of our lives and she's with us right now, but she does have a family that she's going to be returning to, hopefully. We also came across an amazing resource with Sesame Street. They have a dedicated page to foster care, and if you have kids who are either in care or your biological kids need to understand kind of what it is and what it's about because you're fostering other children, I'm going to link that in the description, so feel free to look at that. It's ideally for kids who are up to 6 years old. After that, it's a little bit too childish, but hopefully it helps, as we continue through this journey, as we're educating Darcy and then Sawyer. For Sawyer, he is going to have so many amazing memories through photos and videos of Miss A and him. They have an incredible bond. Sawyer, I really think, loves Miss A more than he loves me sometimes. And realistically, he might not have those memories, but we are going to continue to share those stories, share those photos, and share those videos. So as he grows up, he can really celebrate that relationship that he had because it was so impactful, not only for her, but for him as well. So as for the channel, it started off a couple of years ago, and it was really just a way for John and I to shed light and bring awareness to the process of becoming a foster parent and really what it looks like. Share our side of how things work with the system, what we learn from different experiences. And we really don't want the focus to be on the kids who are in care because we are maintaining their identity by keeping them either off screen or having their faces. And we do not refer to them by name. We do not give any details as far as why they're in care or anything that really is too personal. So with that being said, when Miss A returns home, we are going to continue to share our journey, and we do hope that that still has her in it in some way. And we are going to be open to more placements. I'm sure that, we probably are going to need a little bit of a grieving period, especially after Miss A leaves us, because she has been such a part of our lives. And to, the next day have another kid walk in the door, it really wouldn't be fair to that kid because, our heart would still be grieving not having her around. But we do plan on continuing to foster. We are open for adoption. So if that comes up, it is something that we are open to, and we honestly are just taking things day by day. So I hope that clears things up for you guys as far as what is going to happen when Miss A returns home. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop a comment below. As always, make sure you like and subscribe so that you get alerted for our new videos. Thanks for watching.